from from Austin, Texas.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dharma Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharma Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call. We have today's speaker, His Grace Murari Vallabh Prabhu.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharma Pranam. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate. We have His Grace Murari Vallabh Prabhu from Houston. And Prabhuji is going to enlighten us from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 14, verse number 9th and 10th. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you may take over the call when you are ready.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Nila Madhav, Radha Nila Madhav Radhe. Jayo Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Gauranitai Jaya, Gauranitai Jaya, Panchatattva Jaya, Panchatattva, Panchatattva Jaya, Panchatattva Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev Jaya, Jaya Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirahe. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamasloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Taking a blessing from all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 14, Canto 8, Chapter 14, 9 and 10. Sargam prajesha rupena dasyunhanyat swarad viputim kala rupena sarvesham abhavaya pratagunam. Word to word translation. Sargam, creation of pregnancy. Praja Isha Rupena, in the form of Prajapati, Marishi and others. Dasyanu, thieves and rogues. Anyat, kills. Swarat, Vipo, in the form of the king. Kala Rupena, in the form of time. Sarvesham, of everything. Abhavaya, for the annihilation. Pratak, different guna processing qualities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: in the form of Prajapati Maharishi, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead creates progeny. In becoming the king, he kills the thieves and rogues, and in the form of time, he annihilates everything. All the different qualities of material existence should be understood to be qualities of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Text number 10. Shtuyamano janer ebir mayaya nama rupayam vimohitambar nana darshane na cha drishyate. Translation: people in general are bewildered by the illusory energy, and therefore they try to find the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, through various types of research and philosophical speculation. Nonetheless, they are unable to see the Supreme Lord, purported by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Whatever action and reaction takes place for the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material world are actually brought about by the one Supreme Person. There are many varieties of philosophers trying to search the ultimate cause under different names and forms, but they are unable to find the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is origin of everything and the cause of causes. Sarvasya Prabhava. This inability due to the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord devotees, therefore, accept the Supreme Personality Godhead as is the remain happy simply by chanting the glories of Lord. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapandatnikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Lalita Vishaka Vitam Shari Namaho Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurati Se Nama E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrashabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpataru Bhiksha Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here it is mentioned Supreme Personality Godhead empowers and this Prajapati Maharishi for progeny and other things also, killing thieves and rogues, maintaining the harmony in the prajas and devotion service, whom to do devotion service. Here, Prabhupada mentioned, here in this world, people are confused. Why they confused? Because they do not know who is Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Sarva Karana Karana. Once we know he is the Sarva Karana Karana, and who is that? Lord Sri Krishna, then there is no confusion, because they don't have a proper guide. We need in our life every moment a guide, because we are confused. Our knowledge is not perfect. Imperfect senses, imperfect knowledge, all these four, and we cheat. That's the reason people want to know Supreme Personality of Godhead for their own selfish motive, not because they want to be grateful to the Lord for what he's doing to us, how his creation. Here, the Maharishi is one of the 6 rishis. Other people are Pulasya, Atri, Angiras, Kriti, and Arundhata. Actually, Maharishi is the son of Kashyapa. We know that. And Bhagavad Gita, here it is mentioned that Am Sarvasya Prabho Mata Sarvam Parvatate Iti Matva Bhajante Ma Buddha Bhava Samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all the hearts. So we should know that Bhagavad Gita or all Vedas tell that this Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So once we understand everything emanates, he is the origin, and everything emanates material and spiritual by his own causeless mercy. And he is the cause of all the cause. Why nonsensical commentaries by fools, they do that? Because they do not understand who is the source of all the sources. Sometimes they worship Brahma, sometimes they worship Shiva, other demigods. Here it is said that only less intelligent people do that. Yo Brahmanam vidati purvam yo vai vedams cha gapayati sma Krishna. It is Krishna who is the beginning, instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who determined Vedic knowledge in the past. Again, Narayana Upanishad said, Ata Purusho hi vai Narayano Kamayuta Praja Srijasiti. The Supreme Personality Narayan desired to create living entities. So here, when Lord wants to create living entities, there is a purpose. They have to do some yajna and go back to Godhead. Of course, the soul is eternal, we know that. But this Prajapati, where they start doing progenies, and some of the people like 4 Kumaras refuse. These people are born out of the mind of Brahma because he wants to create more and more progenies. Here, from the beginning of this chapter, Manu is the main, created by Brahma, and future Manus also, of the 14 Manus, 6 Manus already being described. Now, from 7th to 14th, we are about to read, because 7th is son of Vibhisana, known as Shraddhadev, and he has 10 sons named Ishkavaku, Nabanga, Drishta, Sarati, Narishenta, Nabaga, Dishta, Tarusha, Prasadra, and Vasuman. So this Manu Mantra tells us who is the next Manu is coming and what is his relation with us, how he creates more and more progenies for the benefit of, for the order of Lord Brahma. So here, this is the smallest chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you see, description of future Manus, title is. So we could understand this, why Prabhupada also mentioning small purport, and because it is the purpose to know only how is the creation is done, what is the Manus are there. If you see, one cannot see God with research, speculation, tarka, imagination. Only by Buddhi Yoga we can understand the Lord. We should understand that. Because Krishna says, among the Marutyas, I am Maharishi. Here, Maharishi's name is there, and Maharishi had a wife known as Dharma Rata. He was coming from the working hard, everything. He went out and he asked her to do the massage, and she was doing massage her legs. She was sincerely massaging. That time, his guru came and she left. Now, one is serving the husband, and that time somebody comes, you are in Dvanda, means Dharma Sankata. You don't know whom to this thing. But she left and she invited the Guru and she was serving him. By the time, Maharishi got up and he was so angry. Where is he? And he cursed her. So she became a stone. But she made very much austerity. And that time Vishnu appeared and she asked to reverse the curse. He says, no, I can't reverse the curse, but I will make you very famous. So she became a stone, which is, we are Sheila, we are worshipping that Sheila also. So one should know that sometimes we are in, Dharma Sankata. Then we should take a help of a guru. She could have woke up her husband and asked what I should do. So there are 12 chapters he has written, and traditional part. Now we should know that there are 4 people are mainly Vyasadeva has appointed them. They are Kannada, Patanjali, Jaimini and Kapila. They tell us what is Tarka, what is Nyaya philosophy, and what is other Atharva Veda and 12 chapter of traditional rights, regulation, Linga, Vakya participated. So we should know that some of the things are necessary for our daily life and rituals. How to do rituals. Then we can follow this existence of Dharma. So how to exist Dharma? Krishna says in most of the time, he says he is the one who gives us the knowledge. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sanvishto matasmrtir jnanam apohancha vedescha sarva aham eva veda vedanta krit veda with eva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am knower of the Vedas. Here, Purva Mimamsha, written by Jaimini, is almost like a Karma Kanda, whereas Uttara Mimamsa, written by Vedvyasa, it is the correct one because it shows us Vedanta, it complete knowledge of Vedas we understand. So what to reject and what to take home and what to practice, we should understand that. Here, Prabhupada mentioning that today's quote also, if you see, Prabhupada's quote is, when you go to Vrindavan for chanting and other things, doing service, it is all right. But if you start gossiping and imagining everything there, and that is, Prabhupada said today's quote, because he has not wasted a single moment. So we should understand that there is no question of wasting single moment in this world, because that time cannot be purchased back. Anytime it is lost. Here again, Krishna says here that I am the devourer. Time is the devourer. He devours everything, annihilation. When he does annihilation, during the time, everyone is undergoing, according to their spiritual, they go to their destination. So this is why we should understand Krishna is emphasizing, you cannot understand me by speculation. You cannot understand by your imagination. You cannot understand by any other things. You have to understand only through Bhakti Yoga. That is when we serve the devotees, Vaishnavas, when we serve our spiritual master, when we do sincerely our service, then we can understand, because Lord will give his installment by our intelligence, and we will come to know what is to be known in this world, what is to be not known in this world. Because these Vedas give us so many things. Whether we can read everything, it's difficult for us, unless some people read and give us some lessons, like Sridhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti and Jiva Goswami. They are a great soul. We can't be like them. It's very difficult for us to become like them, because they are very learned. Jiva Goswami has written more than 6 lakhs. It is almost combined of most of the commentaries by other people. That's why our empowerment comes from Lord Krishna to our spiritual master and Vaishnavas. That is why in this Kali Yuga we worship Gaur Nitai. Why? Because they are the only shelter for us when now Gaur Purnima is coming fast. So we should understand, we should have our mood in such a way, what is the reason Gauranga Mahaprabhu came this world? To uplift malachas, people like us who is ignorant of this, spiritual world and other things. When we are given enough knowledge, we should put it to practice. But same time, we should, worship whoever Vaishnavas who has given us enough Sishya Guru and Diksha Guru. All these people are working all the time. All the time they are, working for us. They're praying for us. Everything they're doing for their disciples and other people. Only because Krishna is empowering them. Krishna has sent them here to uplift us. Once we understand, knowing this creation and system of universal management, everything is all right for a limited things. We need not go very deep unless we want to do some research on that and get into bottom of that. Average people cannot understand most of the things. Seventh Manu, what is his lifespan and everything. And it may benefit or may not benefit all. So we should know. That's why intelligence is very important. Buddhi Yoga. When intelligence, analytical does, which is good for us, then we should read such books, Prabhupada's books, and understand more about Bhakti Yoga and other things, and how to surrender. So here, Narottam Das sings this beautiful song. Gauranga Karuna Karo Dinahina Jane Mosama Patita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuwane. Narottam Das himself, he says, there is no one more fallen than me. Like Rupa and Sanatana Goswami also says. So we should understand, when we sing this song, we should understand we are most fallen. Other people have got some good qualities. I'm talking about myself. So once we understand we are the most fallen and we need very fast, we are the first choice for grace of the Lord. Gaur Nitai. So once we understand, once we pray in that mode, then yes, the grace will come. Danta Trana Dori Gaura Dakiye Tumara Krapa Koriye So Ama Radaye Mandire Jadi Daya Na Koribe Patita Dekiya Patita Pavana Nama Kishira Lagiya Pudiche Bhavatu Fane Nahi Kanista Shicharane Tarane Dane Dase Korpa Shri Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranuda Pratana Kore Sada Narottamada. He says, I am most fallen, one thing, and if you don't put your glance on me and elevate me from this low fallen, then there is a black spot for your carrier, because you are known as Patita Pavana. You are delivered Jagai and Mata. You are delivered thousands of Jagai Mata. It is not only one. You are delivered. So when we are better than them one way, but we can still say we are more fallen than them, but we are the first people to get your mercy. That's what Narottam Das is saying. Here in this world, there are, most of the time we have got so many distress and everything, and we are finding happiness in small gain, small, whatever we buy, and we think that happiness is there, but it is a only little while. Then you don't have happiness and having that. So we should know that when we have got most happiness by surrendering to this great soul, Narottam Das Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, everyone, then the real happiness will come from our heart. Because here Krishna, Narottam Das emphasizing, we want to bring in our clean heart the Lord Gauranga, then Nitai Gauranga. When we bring them in the heart, nothing can affect us on all the outside pressures. That's more important. And how to do that? Following footsteps of what our spiritual master, what acharyas sing their song, they preach, they commentary, they do that. So many ways we have got. We are the most fortunate people in this world because we have got access to many things. Now AI has come. You can take their help also and dig deep and deep. The treasure is there always, because everyone has a treasure of Krishna prema. We are falsely identifying ourselves as a body because we have got so much treasure in our heart. Only we have to dig. We have to understand what is the nature to dig that, how to dig that, by our own exemplary nature, by having compassion, where sincerity and loyal to ISKCON and service oriented. Then Krishna is going to, when we dig, the bliss will we get slowly, and we will not share it for any millions of dollars, that one, because we cannot give that bliss. Then like this great acharyas, great manus who followed the instruction of their guru Brahma and Lord, because Lord always empower 1/6 of his potency, almost he empowered these kings to rule that. He's always there to help them whenever they are required. If you see demigods, Indra, whenever they need Lord Vishnu, he was there. He was there for Prahlad, he was there for so many people, even those who are fallen. If you see the history of many fallen souls, but they are almost Ajamil, and even if you name, they have done so much atrocities. Still, Lord never forgets them. Lord remembers everyone. We are the people sometimes forget, because our grateful heart is not there. Once the grateful heart is there, then it is easy for us to remember a small things. We have got more than 100 spiritual masters. And every time you see their, behavior or their, love for the disciple and other people, Vaishnavas, just see how they grateful for small thing what we have done for them. Small things, but still they are remember. They are so grateful to us. They want to hug us. They want to tell thank you. This is their greatness. Our greatness, again I'm talking about myself, our greatness is very short-lived. We are not grateful throughout our life for what we got from Krishna and his, empowered spiritual master and Vaishnavas. So we should be celebrating all this festival in such a great mood to elevate ourselves and cleaning our hearts. So we beg, Gaur Nitai and Nityananda, Gaur Nitai, to come to our heart, and we will make a place for them to sit. When we make an altar in our house, we clean it, we do nicely decorate it, and we worship the Lord with the pure heart. That pure heart attracts the Lord. All this knowledge we getting from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, ultimately dovetail towards getting Krishna prema only, because there is no other treasure in this world can give us Krishna Prema. Once we, through Radharani's mercy and spiritual masters, prayers, we can get to there. And once we get there, we will not barter it with any other things. Because some people may say hearing is important. Some people say association is important. Some people say reading book is important. But everything should be focused on love of Krishna. We understand somebody's mind. They understand our mind. They make understand all of our mind. Only Krishna can do that. What is in our mind, many people cannot understand it. So once we surrender to Krishna, once we do our part, then rest part, you leave it, Krishna will do it, because he is sitting in our heart as a super soul. So the purification only comes through chanting and hearing and association and staying in Dham and serving. So these rishis, Maharishi and other people also does their job very nicely. So that is why in the Srimad Bhagavatam, their name is mentioned. Why this 7 rishis, 7 sages name is mentioned here? Because they are the timely, they change, yugas after. That 7 rishis give their knowledge to these kings, which is important. Kings are sometimes proud, sometimes they are ignorant, sometimes they are not having any power. So these sadhus, 7 sages, come the rescue of the kings and advise them what to do, what not to do, and how to make their kingdom, spiritual kingdom, like, so many kings we know, Amrish Maharaj and other people. So we should understand that this is the reason system is arranged. System is arranged. Somebody is fallen, somebody is taken to prison house to again get back to original Krishna consciousness. This is the only way the world has to work. There is no other way. You can impose tax, you can impose so many things, and if you don't have a proper guide from a spiritual angle, you will never achieve something. You may, for the resources, just for the resources, not knowing that resources belong to Lord, you can invade so many people. If you see in this world, nobody invades poor country because they don't have resources. They only invade countries where there is resources, not understanding all these resources belongs to Krishna only. We have to share and care. There is no other way. You cannot take yourself everything. Then you are doing a great offense. You are making the Lord unhappy. When you make the Lord unhappy, the reaction is bound to come. You will suffer and you will lose. So these are the points I want to highlight it. Here, why people are bewildered? Because they don't take shelter of the Lord. They take shelter of Maya. So tomorrow we are celebrating Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Purushottam Das Thakur. These people are very, very highly, our great spiritual master. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur produced many, many disciples. Out of that, our Srila Prabhupada is one of the topmost. But he never took that position. He never said that I am the topmost, because it's his greatness. It's his greatness. He wants to spread the message of his spiritual master, or instruction of the spiritual master, spreading Krishna conscious and printing books. Both places he has, pleased his spiritual master, and he has done much more endeavor. So whenever we go to dhams, our endeavor should be very, very good and follow the instruction of this great soul. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is so great, we can't fathom his greatness. His gratefulness, his appreciation, his humility, and his sense of time and place, ability to endeavor all kinds of hardship, good knowledge of spiritual material, expertise, vigor, ability, consistency, judging ability, appreciation others, compassion, steadiness, and firmness. So he also established 64 Gaudiya Math, if you see that. And he is thinking, spread it by, but we cannot say he failed it. Still it is surviving. They are doing well their part. There was in between some misunderstanding with same, disciples, and they want to have their position. But in ISKCON, no such things. They cannot own any temple or they cannot spread everything of their own. They have to follow the instruction. So we have got our GBC where we follow it. So if you see how before preaching what he did, so he started chanting 192 rounds every day on, sitting on the small mat or so. And he was to take from the mouth, whatever, one khichdi, whatever, without salt and everything, is to take for 10 years. His oath is to complete 1 crores round in that 10 years. Of course, he finished by 9 years or so, little months. So before doing our preaching or anything, we have to take some, austerity, some principle. We have to take an oath. I will do something, then I will, preach or follow. So that is austerity. We follow Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur without distracting any time, any moment. 10 years continuously did it. And he went to Nepal also. We see how he didn't take a, prasad because he was having some disturbance there. They were not allowing him to talk in King's place. So he came in the 12 o'clock in the train and he cooked and take prasad. That much, straightforwardness, that much austerity, it's not easy for us to do. When he was asked to, take initiation from Gaurkishore Babaji, instructed by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he didn't deviate. There are so many people were there, acharyas, ready to give him because he was so exalted. So exalted, people would have come and given him. But no, he has followed only one word of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he should take. So he begged and he threatened him, he will, suicide if you don't do it. All his sincerity, he got blessing from this great acharyas, Jagannath Babaji, Gaurkishore Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. That is why the taking shelter of these great acharyas on their day. Of course, tomorrow's speaker will talk more about that. I should not talk much about this. And another Bhakti Purushottam, Thakur, he is also covered boy known as Damana in Krishna Leela. There are 12 Gopas famous. One is Damana. So he is son of Sadashiv Kaviraj. So he also is a disciple of Nityanand Prabhu. Follower of this Nityanand Prabhu. He was preaching. His father is so famous, Kaviraj. So Sadashiv Kaviraj, he was very famous. Their deity was moved 3-4 times because of the Ganga is flowing here and there, and they could not fix it. Now they have got, all the deities are in one village. So we should understand that these deities worshipped by this great soul, whenever we have got a time to go, we should meditate on them, how much sacrifice they have done to propagate the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movements, how much our spiritual master, how much Srila Prabhupada, put their blood so much. They never slept, hardly 1 or 2 hours they slept, continuously writing, continuously preaching, continuously traveling, continuously managing, fund, everything. But they create such a beautiful ISKCON, institution where we should be saluting every time. We should be dedicated every time. We should be grateful every second of it, because otherwise we know where we would have been. There have been some stupid place where we're working hard and enjoying whatever nonsensical things we thought that time it is very, very helpful for us. But we should know that this will not help us. this world, gratefulness is the one thing which will hold us back in this Krishna consciousness. So we have to realization is not always by knowledge or real collection, also memory is also important. Christian only quote translated from original Bible. Islam tried to memorize original. Sanskrit as potent and daily language. That's why we say earn by integrity, spend by tranquility, save by proximity, bring stability and compatibility. That's why we should ask ourselves, are we a helper or achiever? So we should understand that whenever we try to help others, bringing up in Krishna consciousness, which pleases our spiritual master, which pleases Krishna himself. And when these people are pleased, our going back to Godhead is very, very easy. Very, very easy for us to go to. So that's why promoting all Krishna consciousness is very, very important for us. Because Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a printing model, whereas Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur spreading model. And Srila Prabhupada is walking and spreading the message. He walked throughout the world 12, 13 times. So we should know that from local to focal is very important, what they did for us. Because we are sitting, some people are sitting in America, some people are sitting in Russia, some people are sitting in so many places, but they followed it. They followed them. They gave the knowledge, true knowledge, and they brought up to the mainstream of ISKCON, and they started giving them all the necessary tools. And which tools is not there for us? Just imagine, anyone can tell which tool is not there. There are every tool available in this world is available for us. Only thing, we are misers because we don't use properly. When we use it properly, our knowledge will immensely improve and our empowerment will improve and our preaching power will improve and our happiness, ananda, bliss will improve. Then we don't want anything in this world because everything what is necessary for a human being is available through ISKCON. I'll stop here. Any questions are there? Please. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanath Pranam.
And
Guru Maharaj, thank you so much for glorifying, like the Hare Krishna, the Krishna consciousness, and sometimes we just take things for granted, like.
That's the reason.
Yeah, but we have to
Because
understand.
it is easily available for us. That's why we don't know the value of that.
Yes, yes. Because like sometimes Srila Prabhupada said, right, that, this is like a diamond shop, going to diamond shop, not artificial jewelry. So, only few of us are like privileged to be here because of because I've seen so many people, Prabhuji, who are, they will just not chant. They will just sit and the chanting is going on. Nothing is affecting them at all. So
It takes time, Mataji. We cannot say nothing will affect. It takes time.
takes
Because the potency, whichever Nam Sankirtan is there, that will not go waste. Only thing is time gap. That if you see a sweater or anything, there is a gap, name. So there is a gap, time gap. Once the or fruity, whatever he associated, that will not go waste. No association of, that is why sadhu sangha, lava mata sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. All scriptures, what they say, lava mata, 1/12 of a second of association with the great souls, it will not waste. So whenever they come and sit in the temple, they see, they may not chant, but we cannot underestimate that because they don't show. We are showing, we are chanting. They may not show. They must be having their own way of connecting. Ultimately, it is the connection. How you connect with the Lord more important by chanting and association. Everything. Some people we have seen in our temple also, they donate like anything, Mataji. Every festival they donate. Everything. That you think that will go waste? Krishna will definitely give them somewhere, whenever the time is there, they come with so much, they understand ultimately. There are conditioned souls are there in this world. We are also where we are also conditioned. So we have got opportunity to come to this thing. That's why Prabhupada today's quote, why we concentrate more on Loi Bazaar than temples. The first thing when we gossip what you brought from Loi Bazaar, what you purchased. So Vrindavan is not, Loi Bazaar is not Vrindavan. It's a part of business, commercialization. But temple and what they do it, how they give prasad, how they charity, we do that. We do some endeavor to understand how any temple runs. It is not easy for us. That's why today's all this thing is how to organize, how to make manus, how to this GBC and other Maharajas so much, working hard how to maintain a temple. We have got so many temples, hand to mouth. So we should be part of the solution, not of the problem. That is why we should not bother about other people, why they're chanting or not chanting. We should see how we elevate ourselves by helping our God sister, God brother, everything. Then our true color will come. We are treasure. We have got so much treasure. That's why I emphasize. Our heart is full of treasure of Krishna Prema. Only thing is, it is in the dormant condition. We have to make it active. Then our empowerment will go to any extent. So we should not bother about other things, what they're doing. We should help our part. That's why Krishna say, you play your part, I will see rest of it. When to make them Krishna conscious, when to make them, that is his lookout, not our lookout. If we go to preaching and everything, when we try to distribute books, if the books have not gone, they touched it, that's enough, because that is a mystery. Bhakti is not only, what do you call it, calculating. It is a mystical things. Bhakti is always mystical. We don't know when it will, that time bomb will explode and they become better Krishna conscious people than us. We cannot underestimate, because Bhakti is always mystical. So much mystical. We have seen Jagai Madai never thought, anyone in that village, they will become very famous devotees. Krishna's, Nityanand's one glance at them, that was enough. So we are also asking our Lord to put a glance on us so that we don't, waste our time, what other will do. Whatever we can do, we have to do. That is it. Okay, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you covered till verse 11, right? Or 12?
No, 9, 10. 9 and 10.
9 and 10. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for emphasizing on devotee character, Prabhu. Really appreciate today's class. I'm going to go back and hear again. And I also wanted to appreciate you for reciting Kalachand in your Mangalacharan. After Mangalacharan, you said Kalachand ki jai. So Kalachand is... I have a nephew in Austin, and his daughter, she's 5 years old, but she's in love with Kalachand. And when they visited, she kept telling me about Kalachandji. So I desire to one day come to Austin and visit Kalachandji. So thank you so
You
much.
came to Houston?
No, my nephew lives in Houston.
Acha, then you should come, na? Our deity also, Radha Neela Madhav, is also tallest in the world after Radha Madhav. Tallest in the world. And deity of Kalachandi is the oldest, 500 years old temple in the world. No other deity has got so much.
Yeah, and Neel Madhav, they came and stayed at Neel Madhav temple, Prabhu, recently.
Oh,
They
okay.
tell me all these things, they share pictures.
Yeah.
I think it's a sprouting community, right? Like you have.
Yes. The
I heard about it.
GBC has told this is most beautiful and largest and rich temple in America out of 37 temples.
Yes, Prabhu, very soon. Krishna desiring. Thank you so much.
Please come. Thank you very much for appreciating the fools. I am not eligible for anything, but somehow somebody empowers me to talk. That's all.
Yeah, it was wonderful, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this Nickton class. And
thank you.
Such a wonderful class. We heard you after a long time. Welcome back from India.
Thank you, Mat.
Let's chant 3 times Hari Bol to welcome Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Manidas Das Prabhu, you got any comment?
Say that again, Prabhuji.
You got any comments? Or we'll stop?
No, Prabhu, it was very wonderful class. You mentioned about Gaur Leela also. It was good to hear, Prabhuji.
Because the Gaur Leela is coming now, we should be prepared something. Our mind and conscious should be elevated. That's why I put some, little of other speaker can talk much about it later.
Prabhuji, for the people or like myself also, if we are not reading the Gaur Leela, like Chaitanya Charitamrita, so as would you recommend what should we read as a Gaur Purnima is coming up? Like any particular chapters?
We have to dedicate. We have to form our own group reading that Chaitanya Charitamrita. We have got 10 people. We can start group anytime in the evening or something. That's why, see, even Prabhupada said undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate. So we are already become graduate by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Now post-graduation is remaining for us. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because the nectarian pastime of Lord Chaitanya, it is uncomparable. Every word is so much enlivening us. Every moment of Chaitanya Prabhu's Leela, whether it's Adi, Madhya, and Antya. So when we have these nectarian things, not that Krishna Leela is not nectarian, but it is more nectarian because he's Audarya. How Audarya avatar can bring any fallen soul, a grass also, to the highest degree of devotees. So this, Kaviraj also mentioned so many times how we mentioned about Krishna Leela, how we compared everything. And they are already there in Krishna Leela. They come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. So all these things again and again enlightening and sweetness will increase. Because if you put more sugar in the coffee and tea, it is not enjoyable. But where this Chaitanya Leela, more and more sugar, that nectar is there, it is more relishable. That's the beauty of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can start, Prabhu, anytime.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, if nobody has got any questions or clarification or comment, can we stop here because I got some...
You have to go for offering.
Yeah.
Temple. Yeah. So, but thank you so much for this short time also you came
Mataji,
and gave us knowledge.
All you every chanting people's grace, I could come and give something, some knowledge. I don't know.
And thank you for encouraging us for reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, like me, Rupini Padma Mataji, Prem Nandini Mataji. We were talking about that we should read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we will definitely think on that. Manidhar Prabhu asking this about, but yes, we will talk and then we'll decide what time we can start.
Yeah, so many people are maybe ready for evening, 5 to 6
yes, we can.
Otherwise, also, most of the time we have got time, but we, do cooking and other things.
Yeah, other things.
Somewhere 1 month we can short that cooking or other things and give time for half an hour or so. Initially, half an hour is enough. Then we continue for 1 hour also.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so much. And singing the bhajan. You always sing bhajan in your classes. So thank you so much.
That gives me some, to the soul, myself now. And I sing, I'm little absorbed. Wow, this Narottam Das can talk like that. He's most fallen. If he is most fallen, where we will?
Yes.
Right? We should think of all these songs. When they say it is not for them, they're telling to us only how much we have fallen. So they are the people who can elevate us, our consciousness. That's more important for us.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, please.
Yeah. Let's pay obeisance to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpataru.
Sindhuvev cha patitanam pavane Vaishnavebhyo namo Anant Gauri Vaishnavebhyo Jai
Thakur ki jai,
Jai
Jai Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
HG Murari Vallabh Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
All
Krishna.
Thank you very
Sangat
much,
devotees
Prabhuji.
ki
Thank
jai.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
So
Bol,
much for
Hari
welcoming
Bol,
back.
Hari Bol,
Thank you.
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Bol, Hare
Hari
Bol.
Bol, Hari Bol.